Furthermore, we've got your I guess you could say your standard randomizer flags, battle torches and fairy water and these kind of things. And here we go. The race has started. And King giving everybody the introductions. Looks like there is a pair of wings, a gold, and a key, obviously. Let's see if anyone wants to try and use those wings to get out of here and save that key. Stats are not bad. Ah, there we go. Lord of the Synth using the wings, saving that key. Sausage Link using the key. Bismarck used the wings instead of the key. Looks like Zarnax did too.
Yeah, with the gold start, it's you can just go buy keys immediately. So I don't know if Sausage knows about the use of the wings, but yeah, the other three runners are going to be able to buy up keys. Sausage does have gold if there's a nearby town, but it's not looking like he's wanting to head out too far, and runs into a Scorpion who, well, we only start with 12 health, and there's a bit of a health tax right outside of Tantagel, and he got slapped by a Scorpion, so that's going to deal some damage to him.
Lord of the Synth poking his nose into the cave in the back of Tantagel Castle. I believe that's Swamp North.
Oh, so there's your princess right there. There's Sausage dead to a wolf. It's just going to reload. We have a treasury. It has gold in the treasury.
So we've also got a potential gold grind available. There's an herb. There's fairy water.
For Carnax. Let's see what's at the search spot.
Ooh, hey, search spot there. Nothing on the search spot. Yeah, because there are no stones, no token, no harp available. A lot of these locations may be potentially empty. And oh my, Scorpions with a DL2 breath sending Lord of the Synth back home.
Are we sure it's not Scorpion from Mortal Kombat? Because that guy is awfully toasty.
Finish him.
And the Droll Magi gets a fatality on Bismarck as Zarnak is attempting to head to the worst item shop in the game. Navigating through all those NPCs.
One of the interesting things with Lord of the Synth is that he's got a couple of fairy waters from the armory in Tantagel Armory. And that's going to give him the opportunity to one-shot some of these things like Scorpions, because, as I said earlier, we've got battle torches and fairy water enabled in this seed. The fairy water is going to be doing as much damage as a hurt spell, and the torch doing about half of that. So this really does give him an opportunity to take on a somewhat more powerful enemy, maybe get a lead. There's a couple of extra, looks like caves Zarnax is exploring.
Yeah,
is that grave?
Wherever this coal is, it's loaded, and that is looking kind of grave-like. However, the Wraiths no hurt more, the Poltergeist no DL2 breath, so our room is just getting exploded by powerful abilities left and right.
Lord of the Synth just getting another level, decent stat ups.
He's actually our first one level 2. I do believe there was a broadsword in the coal shop, so if you just take that gold chest a couple times, probably about 2 or 3 times, you can afford that and get yourself a nice 20 attack power.
Yeah, looks like Scorpions also have sleep in addition to the DL2 breath, making it the full Wombo combo, as we refer to it in our community.
Yeah, very nasty.
You could still theoretically take one down by pitching a fairy water at it, though. So there is that. Lord of the Synth taking down this red slime here. Zarnax trying to do some exploration north.
Yeah, you can't get too far, though. I'm guessing Cole was on the other side of Swamp, so...
Yeah, Zarnax pitching torches at the Scorpion to be able to take it down. Has taken it down. That'll be his level 2.
That'll be his level 3.
Yeah, let's see. Power by 16, speed 8, 20 hit points, magic 14, and new spell. So definitely good pickup for Zarnax.
And Zarnax just immediately takes a death warp. Going to have to see what that spell is before we move on with life. Blah blah blah, 17 experience. Sleep, return, and hurt more. I mean, heal. It's
Heal
a more
more.
spell.
Yeah, both Heal More and Hurt More, very useful spells. Hurt More is a really great way to start tackling on some of the stronger enemies, and Heal More, obviously, very useful in this little known tactic called not dying. I know it's kind of a odd concept sometimes, but you know. Lord of the Synth also hitting level 3.
And Zarnax hits a critical on a Scorpion to take it out, and this red slime will give him the level. And level 4 today is going to have 9 power, 5 agility, 12 health, 8 magic, spells. It's a good level. I think I saw conventional hurt right before it swapped over. That's a Demon Knight.
Yeah, that's going to be slightly out of the runner's league at the moment. Oh, looks like that
and you
Swamp
can't go south, and we got hurt. Yeah, it was just conventional.
Yeah, it's west, I think, that Cole is.
Yeah, I guess using some herb to get through. Well, Zarnax looking around. I imagine if this was where Cole was. Ooh, using sleep on the Star Wyvern. That's. Oh, yeah, that's where Cole is.
Yep, and 2 caves right there, plus a Sparko bridge.
Oh, the on point spoke over bridge. Ghost breathing normal fire enough to kill Assassin.
Lord of the Synth emptying out the armory yet again. Wraiths have a stop spell, which actually would be good if you ended up finding Erdrick's armor, but yeah.
Well, no Erdrick's armor there, as Bismarck is going up to the next level. But yeah, we all know what's behind that stop spell as well. A big ol' hurt.
Yeah, Sausage Link unfortunately is kind of locked out of all of this stuff that the other runners have by virtue of not using those wings in the beginning to save the key and be able to immediately start getting keys. He's actually going to need to find Rimildar first. And oh my, Red Slimes also have the DL2 breath. It looks like there's a lot of enemies around here that had their jalapenos.
Spicy Seed. Rogue Scorpion goes sleep. Zarnax will run away and heal up with some. Oh, and Zarnax has a Metal Scorpion to deal with. Gonna throw a hurt spell. It hurts a lot, and it kills him in one hit, which is possible with a Metal Scorpion. If they roll low HP and you high roll a hurt, you can kill a Metal Scorpion and win his Zarnax.
Yeah, Lord of the Synth with 133 experience is temporarily at least in the lead, but Zarnax is close behind at 67, and this Wolf Lord could go a long way towards evening things out.
Well, not if it casts Heal More.
Ew. That's no bueno.
Yeah, he's out of there. Level 5 actually comes with Stop Spell. And Zarnax trying to make the run on only 9 health, but the Demon Knight ambush will put an end to that. So one chest at the bottom of grave that we don't know about. Those Wolf Lords have the...
Wolf Lords have the DL2 breath as well as Heal More. That's probably, other than maybe the Wombo combo of Sleep and DL2 breath, probably the worst combination of abilities you want to see in an enemy. Now, will Zarnak... Oh, Zarnax has a gold grind enabled because of the chest that he opened up down in Garen's grave. For those not familiar, the old Dragon Warrior game on the Nintendo only had enough memory to remember 8 chests opened. After that, it forgets that you've actually opened those chests until you leave and go into the overworld where it clears it. So you can just take the same chest over and over again, and he is just going to be raking in that money. He's looking to make some purchases at Cole, I'm betting.
Yeah, what was there? A flame sword and a magic armor?
Something like that, yeah.
No shielding yet, but, well, it's still plenty of seed.
Yeah, I mean, the best armor and the best weapon that money can buy, I mean, it's not Airdrick's gear, but it's still a very substantial boost to their attack and defense power that is going to really help him rocket. Meanwhile, Lord of the Synth getting levels, 1 power, 6 speed, 6 hit points, a 1 magic point. Zarnax also saving preemptively before he goes shopping. Always a good idea when you have so many fire-breathing enemies. Stone Man, unfortunately, blocking Bismarck and sending him back home.
And rogue scorpions have normal breath. So next gonna take a go at this wolf. It, well, uses heal more. He's trying to get out of there, but gets blocked.
Yeah, heal more, deal 2 breath all over the place. At least one wombo combo we've seen so far. This is definitely going to shape up to be a pretty painful seed, it looks like.
At the very least, it's gonna be rude, although for our runners this week, they at least have the chance for hurt more. So a lot of these enemies that are throwing stuff at them, they can just blow them up and 1 hurt more later on.
That is true, and they do already have
Except for that thing.
Preemptive strike by the Fun Police pulls over Zarnax and sends him back home. Just gonna hit the reset on that, load up from that save. That's why he did that safety save. You never know what's out there. The Red Dragon, known as the Fun Police, probably the single most dangerous enemy to encounter short of the Dragon Lord himself. We call him the Fun Police because when he pulls you over, you're getting sent to the pokey.
Yeah, the highest stats in the game of something that you can encounter on the overworld. And they're almost impossible to run from in the early going. They're really hard to run from at the end of the game. And that's on a good day. So yeah, Zarnax is going to take the trip through Swamp. Look at this Troll Magi. It attacks. Yeah, not very high agility at the moment, but Zarnax is a little bit behind on leveling.
Bismarck going shopping in one of the more obnoxious item shops, stocking up on herbs. Uh-oh, jerk birds are gonna be jerks this seed. They've already got at least sleep.
And Zarnax just cannot get away from the Stroll Magi. Down to 1 more heal more. Blocked again. Meanwhile, Sausage is burnt.
Lord of the Synth finding coal. Found that there's nothing on that search tile.
Okay, so here's the out for Sausage. One of those caves next to coal is in fact Swamp South, which means you can actually backdoor into Tantagel for keys. And then there's actually a town north of all this.
Zarnax finally making it to Cole and making his purchases, and now has some really decent gear to start being able to either get some levels or get some exploration going. Keep in mind that they don't need to actually defeat the Dragon Lord. All they have to do is get to him with the princess. So, Dragon Lord
And well,
capable
there's
stature was
Sharlock.
important.
There's
Yes, and
Hawksness.
there's Hawksness.
So suddenly we have a whole lot of the equation. We just need to get strong enough to do the trek.
Yeah, Zarnax now knows where the princess is, where Charlock is. He's in grind and go mode, I'm betting. At least I would be. Oh, hey, speaking of 8, 2, 6, 9, and more spells. Alright.
Yeah, just finally gained a level 5, but well, he's got a pretty nice sword now, so he should be catching up pretty good.
Yeah, that flame sword and magic armor definitely going to be able to let him tackle some of these more dangerous enemies like the wolves, except wolves I think have heal more and might not necessarily be a good idea. Oh, Lord of the Synth just saw Charlock.
Yeah, just like that, Zarnax catches up to level 6.
Unfortunately, a blue dragon blocking Lord of the Synth and sending him back home. But Lord of the Synth at least did manage to purchase a copper sword, so has at least some stuff.
10 more attack power, not that bad. Meanwhile, Zarnax right outside of a town has blue dragon problems. Ooh, blue dragons
With
don't
hurt
more.
more.
And Chomp. Oh, it's Breckenary.
Hey, Breckenary is not a bad town, especially if it's got the silver shield in the shop. It's not that far from the castle, really. And of course you've got the very inexpensive inn right there, only worth 6 gold. We'll leave a torch on for you. And of course, in this particular setup, Breckenary does have the fairy water available for sale as well. That can be useful if you don't already have a weapon, like, say, I think Sassage still does not have a weapon.
Sassage gets away from Red Dragon. Finally sees this town, so if Sassage can have more Red Dragon problems.
Yep, Fun Police pulled him over, sent him back home.
Okay, and we have level 7 for the Lord of the Synth.
9 power, 12 speed, 4 hit points, no magic, and a new spell.
Stop spell.
Now, the runners are going to have an interesting choice here. They've got everything they need to beat this seed right here. There's no real need to keep exploring unless you want to get Erdrick's armor, which as a safety thing, or maybe Edric's sword for some reason. Bismarck finding Hawksness, and is deciding to at least poke his... Nope. Cast a heal more and nope, right on out of there. So the question is, do they do any of the looking around for more gear, or do they just grind and go? I mean, they don't have to beat the Dragon Lord, but you do have all of those barrier tiles at the top of Charlotte Castle. Having the Erdrick's armor to be immune to that 15 damage a step can be really handy.
Yeah, don't forget, you have to beat at least 2. You have to beat 2 spike tiles, 1 to go get the princess, and 1 to get to the Dragon Lord. So that's at least 2 fights you have to beat. You can't just run from every...
True. Sassage Link getting into Cole, making his search, finding it a disappointment. Meanwhile, Lord of the Synth opening some chests in what looks like Upper Grave. Bismarck fighting the fun police, getting sent back home. Oof. Fun police are out in force today, aren't they? Lord of the Synth declining to go to the bottom of Garen's grave. Yeah, Lord of the Synth has broadsword money. That's almost certainly what he's going to get here. Yep. Bismarck restocking on keys while he has an opportunity. He doesn't want to lose that last key because none of them have found Rimuldar yet. Zarnax looks like he's kind of had some technical difficulties with the restream. Hopefully, we can get him back.
Okay, sorry for the I had some distractions, but keys actually aren't a problem because if you can make it to the cave just a bit north and west of Cole, that's actually Swamp South. And from there, you cast outside, you actually wind up in Tantagel, and you just use that key shop. So, actually, no need to find Rimuldar.
It's valid, although unfortunately Sassage is not aware of that. It looks like the 3 chests were wings, gold, and probably an herb since it was empty.
Yeah, I think all we don't know in Grave is the
bottom 2.
Very bottom chest. And there's a cave. It's Staff of Rain Cave, completely useless on these flags because of open shard. And it's Bismarck to level 7. Meanwhile, Lord of the Synth got level 8 and evidently got Repel. Along with... well, it looks like some more agility, although Lord of the Synth on strength agility, so by default, Lord of the Synth's going to have more agility.
Yeah, it looks like Zarnax has had some internet issues, unfortunately. Usually he does record locally, so as long as he is recording the entire match locally, he is still eligible to place in this match. Even if he ends up not being able to return. As long as he can hand over that recording to the administrators of the league, it will still be a valid run.
Okay, it looks like a little bit more exploration on Sassage's side, finding a dead end. Obtains a Druin, who will promptly be punched in the face. And it looks like we have 2 different dives of Deep Grave. Don't attack that Wolf Lord, it knows heal more, and some very nasty things. Like that.
Unfortunately, that sleep did not stick. The Wolf Lord huffed and puffed and blew him back to the castle.
Axe Knight's spamming hurt, so here's an opportunity. Ooh,
yeah, it's a lot less dangerous than his regular attack. That actually does give you an opportunity to grind on a relatively harmless enemy. And remember, Axe Knight is one of the potential spike tile enemies in this seed. So depending on what's in Hawksness, that could actually be a really good grind. Meanwhile, Sassage making his way into Breckenary, going down to the item shop, probably for herbs, maybe a dragon scale.
Okay, so Bismarck trying to run from this Axe Knight finally gets away, and will just try to keep the exploration. And it looks like Lord of the Synth is printing money.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be wanting the Flame Sword and the Magic Armor, just like what Zarnax did earlier.
Yeah, the Flame Sword gives 28 attack power, the best you can buy with money, and only 12 behind Erdrick's. And the Magic Armor gives 24 defense, which is the best money you can buy, and 4 behind Erdrick's. And also lets you regenerate 1 health every 4 steps. And then it also lets you resist the Hurt and Hurt More spells, which help out against
Yep.
a few of these enemies.
And
we have
also
Zarnax
Brett.
back at level 9. I believe that's not surprising because he was just sitting there grinding for a bit. We'll have to kind of update him and see what he gained in the meantime.
Yeah, Zarnax is just looks like he's just in grind and go mode. He's wanting stats. Just give me stats so I can go ahead and get this thing done with. And I don't blame him.
Meantime, Bismarck's still in deep grave, trying to get this final chest. He's very close to it. He's just gotta get through these last 2 floors, and he will have it. And they're not big floors. So Lord of the Synth with the goods now. And the final chest was, drumroll please, it was a key.
Well, Sassage looks like he's made his way into the back end of Tantagel and has gone ahead and made a purchase of keys. So he has managed to recover from that. Lord of the Synth is in... Looks like Lord of the Synth is actually going to check the spike tile here in Swamp Cave since he casted a Radiant spell. And it is an Axe Knight. Hey, that Axe Knight that likes to spam hurt. This is an excellent grind opportunity. This could actually give Lord of the Synth the commanding lead he needs.
But he has to learn about it first. The Axe Knight just swung at him immediately, and Lord of the Synth taking over half his health and hit just noped.
Yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, I can understand. That's the other thing that people have to realize watching these things is incomplete information. You know, you can armchair, gamer the stuff if you want, but they don't all have the same knowledge we do because we're watching 4 different people play 4 different streams.
In the meantime, Zarnax just got 4-5-4-4 after using the stop spell to block the blue dragon spell and beat on it for a bit. And learns conventional heal. So I was hyping up that hurt more. It's going to be last spell. And Bismarck is printing money. Nope, it was a magical key. Get a load of this blue dragon. It's been blocked.
Blue Dragon is trying to cast Stop Spell as well. But of course, that has been preemptively blocked, and every time it tries to do that, it's just another free hit for Zarnax and allows him to continue to increase his experience point lead.
How many stop spells could a stop spell stop if stop spell could stop spells?
Well, a stop spell would stop any kind of spell stops if a stop spell could stop spells.
I don't know about that red dragon though. He's out of there. And the stats are looking pretty nice at just level 10. 73 strength, 67 agility, 72 HP. Some heal wars. Not looking bad.
And while the runners are grinding, if you do like this kind of content, definitely go ahead and give the runners a follow. They're all great runners. They do a lot of stuff on their channel. Do go ahead and check them out. Of course, I am Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentators booth is Smashy.
Hello.
We've got Electrobrep and Kemion Renokai on the trackers, making sure we can keep up to date, and CD Improv on the restreams to help us bring this content to you. And of course, if you want to maybe try this out, let's go ahead and drop a link here for you. That GitHub link is the download for the randomizer if you want to try it yourself. Also, a link there for the Discord community. We're a very welcome, open, and inviting community. Come on, step on by. If you've got any questions, we'll be able to help you out with that. And who knows, we might see you playing in the next league.
Yeah, while that little blurb was going on, just had Zarnax healing up. Actually, it looks like Sassage is going to do a little bit more exploration. I guess the others are just trying to get out of the roadblock that is this zone around Cole, and Sassage gets Wizard.
Lord of the Synth finding a Wolf Lord has put it to sleep, though. But remember, the Wolf Lord's got that spicy breath. He is still one-shottable from that, but manages to take it down for 52 experience. Yes, I believe they have. At the very least, Lord of the Synth and Zarnax have both seen Charlock. It's just north of where Lord of the Synth is right now, like 4 tiles north of where he is.
Yeah, it's pretty much unmissable with the current layout. There's only one way, really only one way to go, and you walk by Charlock on the way, so... this is level 11 for Zarnax. Zarnax just really on this grind. 12 agility, 6 HP, 4 MB. There's your Hurtmore. Let's see what he's going to do now. Is he at least going to peek into Hawksness?
I tell you what, he knows where 2 trap tiles are. I would be checking both of those trap tiles, and if I found that Axe Knight on either one of them, I would be hitting that thing hard. Zarnax, being the one who knows that Axe Knights like to spam hurt, and Bismarck is now getting that information, so it's a relatively painless grind as well, plus the potential of either the armor or the sword here on this search tile.
Oh, but it's a Stone Man. Well, we have every spell in the game. That includes a nice little sleep spell. Puts it to sleep, starts hacking at it. Swamp's certainly going to be the more superior grind, but... Well, we get a search spot. It is... Stats. And Zarnax forgets to search, but hopefully he remembers this.
I mean,
and Bismarck has gotten the princess, so... Maybe an attempt to win right here for Bismarck.
I mean, it's a long shot, but I've seen worse long shots pay off, so it's entirely possible. I mean, you've got Cole right there to rest up at before your dive into Charlock. Meanwhile, Lord of the Synth picking up level 9.
Yeah, I think Zarnax actually forgetting to search the tile. But
I wonder if he even cares about it at this point. He's just going at it for the 155 experience points per shot. Oh no, Bismarck. No. Yeah, there you go. You don't want to take her to Tentacle Castle. That's the bad idea.
And Stone Men have Dragon Lord breath.
Oh my.
So Bismarck maybe attempting for the win right here. Just has to march this princess all the way down, and if he can get to the Dragon Lord, he wins. But remember, if he dies on the attempt, not only is he kicked out of Charlock, but the princess is also taken back to Swamp.
And meanwhile, the Green Dragons have the baby Wombo combo. It has Sleep and Fire Breath, regular Fire Breath.
So yeah, kind of interesting. I don't know if we either had a little hiccup when Zarnax searched the spot, or if he just forgot. But could be an error if there's Erdrick stuff there. Bismarck gonna pick up level 9.
Zarnax running into a green dragon, put him to sleep, cannot wake back up, and gets sent back home. Meanwhile, Lord of the Synth going after this Axe Knight now.
And Bismarck, seeing that cave for the first time, goes and checks it. Oh, it's nothing. And Sausage finally up to level 7, kind of lagging behind, unfortunately, but looks like Zarnax is attempting his dive for game.
Yeah, unfortunately, failing to recognize the intended game mechanic of having that wing of the wyvern to get the early key has really impeded Sasage's advancement as compared to the rest of the runners. But it does look Bismarck is gonna go ahead and make this attempt. I don't think
You've got to
very
put them to
favorable.
sleep. He's
It's
got
a bold
4
move
herbs.
for sure.
The problem is Bismarck is dead to a Dragon Lord breath, and Stonemen have it. At least we know Stonemen have it.
Stonemen, werewolves, wolf lords, green
Werewolves have
dragon.
it? Oh, werewolves have sleep. That's annoying. Okay,
Yeah.
Baby Wombo on werewolves, but still, that's gonna, like, just tear through his HP. Wakes up with 5 health and fails to run, so that's gonna be it for him.
Well, so much for the first attempt.
Yeah, another problem is nobody has Erdrick's armor, so that is a lot of damage that you have to walk over at the start, so that's going to chew through those resources.
Yeah, that's at least 2 heal mores right there, just in tile damage.
Yeah, and Zarnax got level 12 while we weren't paying attention. He's just taking that hurt more and beating up Axe Knight.
Yeah, he's grinding on the Axe Knight and Swamp Cave, which is exactly what I thought he was going to do the moment he found it. At this point, I think it's fairly safe to say that Zarnax has a very commanding lead. He's got over 3,400 experience points. The second highest experience point total is half that at around 1,500 for Lord of the Synth. So it's really gonna be his race to lose at this point. The only thing that I could think of that might cause him to actually not take first place is if he doesn't stop grinding soon enough and actually make the attempt. But considering how seasoned Zarnax is, I doubt he's going to make that mistake. But anything is possible.
Yeah, we do know there are some very brutal things out here. Zarnax going to recover real quick and then make the trek. But yeah, he has 88 agility now, so that makes him a heavy favorite to get away from anything but the Armor Knight and the Red Dragon. Armor Knight, I think he's actually about a coin flip. Red Dragon slightly under a coin flip. And 82 HP is enough to survive Dragon Lord Breath and 8 heal more.
Yeah, so he's ready to start rocking and rolling. So he's gonna be doing his dive. We could be seeing this. We could be seeing the first successful run here shortly. Meanwhile, Bismarck rescuing the princess yet again. Lord of the Synth continuing to grind on that Axe Knight. Sausage Link is just trying to get going. And unfortunately, that early slow start has really not done him any favors this seed. Not against the caliber of players he's facing against tonight.
Okay, so Lord of the Synth has seen what the Swamp Spike is cooking. And he's going to try to get a few levels off these X-Lights. He's about to hit level 11, that's hurt. In the meantime, yeah, Red Dragon's on the top floor, so let's run that down real quick. You have Red Dragons, which are Red Dragons. They do Red Dragon things. You have Stonemen. They breathe fire. You have some other thing called werewolves that have baby womp.
And then you probably have Wolf Lords. They've got DL2 breath.
Wolf Lords can't be in Sharlock, so...
Wolf Lords can't?
No, the lowest enemy is like the wizard, so...
Ah, yes. And we've got blue dragons with stop spell and I think hurt more.
Yeah, and here comes that HP tax with the barrier tiles.
Yeah,
So
and
Zarnak's down to 4 heal more.
Yeah, he ran into the fun police, and while he did manage to get away, it really drained a lot of his heal mores in an attempt to get away because it kept blocking him. Meanwhile, Sassage making his way to the bottom of Garen's grave, hoping to find something.
But a nice hero run for Zarnax is going to get him through the first zone of Sharlock. We'll have to see how horrifying the second zone is, and evidently he has a small shield. So a little bit more defense. But yeah, Repel was active, but it's going to do pretty much nothing in Sharlock, not even repelling the wizard. Star Wyverns, they know sleep.
Yeah, Star Wyverns are going to be real jerk birds.
Well, not that one, only him once, and then he woke up and got away. Okay, there's an enemy you want to see, the Axe Knight.
Yeah, honestly, the Axe Knight is probably the least dangerous enemy that they have run into so far in Charlock.
And he just likes to kill it. Try to see if he can get level 13.
Well, honestly, at his agility, it's probably faster to just kill the Axe Knight than to try and fight it.
I don't know what you were trying to get at, but he does have 88 agility, so like I said, all of these are pretty easy escapes. Agility has not been lacking this. And yeah, he's starting to just make a run for it.
Yeah, and he is running a
hello,
strength
Red
agility.
Dragon on the bomb floors. How are you on this fine? Well, he's got away from that way, but well, now we know there are Red Dragons in at least 2/3 of Sharlock.
Meanwhile, Lord of the Synth getting level 12, looking at his stats very carefully, will go ahead and rescue the princess, and we could be seeing his first dive attempt here pretty soon.
Okay, that is the first sign of the Golem in this seed, and Bismarck up to level 11. That will be hurt. So it all comes down to what this final spike tile is. Because I'm not sure with this MP if he could beat a red dragon in a straight fight. And the Golem's probably a no-go as well. And this red dragon's going to drain off another heal.
Yeah, he's been having the real char luck this evening, hasn't he? Yeah, he's only got 2 heal mores left. That's not what you're wanting to see. Hopefully the spike tile is not something too dangerous. Like you said, Golem or the red dragon is gonna be real dicey.
Yeah, and even the Armor Knight. And what is it? It's the Golem.
Oh no.
And no Fairy Flute. And it's punching. Golems have the same strength as red dragons, so that wasn't going to end well.
Nope. However, he at least now knows the foe he faces, and so can come back better prepared for it. Yeah, that time when you actually want the fairy flute.
And Lord of the Synth is going to take a moment to check Hawks and Spike. I don't think Zarnax ever searched this. Like, he fought the Stone Man a couple times until he learned of the Dragon Lord breath, but I think he forgot to search this, so if Lord of the Synth can take this down, we might see what this is.
I mean, there's at least a chance it could be the armor, which would be the most valuable find. However, as we've seen, even the fairy flute would be a really good find for him. The Erdrick's sword is just going to be more damage. It's never a bad thing. About the only one that's going to be useless is the death necklace.
Erdrick's sword.
Erdrick's sword, an extra 12 attack, is definitely a welcome thing. It maybe not the best thing to get, but definitely better than boot to the head.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm wondering if Zarnax... Yeah, McGrew's saying it, search the treasury. You might find armor, you might find fairy flute, and... Well, those would be two nice things to have for the upcoming problems as Lloyd the Synth begins to die. Zarnax's gonna take a moment to pick up level 13 with 5 more agility, 8 more magic, so another heal.
No more hit points, though. As Empty Eye would say, I love it!
Actually, it does look like there are 2 more health on that level. And now Bismarck giving the Stone Man the go, but gets Dragon Lord breath.
Thou art dead. Death should not have taken thee.
Do you know how hard it is to get the burn marks out of that armor?
Damn it, Jim, he's dead!
Meanwhile, Zarnax looking in the coal gear shop. It's something. I don't know what happened there. I guess looking for a large shield, but as we know, there is no shield over there. And is about to make the worst walk known to dog with a princess on its back. It's adorable. But yeah, Sausage starting to really fall behind now, just not able to get the gold grind going and pick up any gear.
Meanwhile, Sausage Link running into the fun police and getting pulled over. No response. It's just a corpse.
In the meantime, Lure the Synth on the bottom floors and about 3 steps in gets Red Dragon. Does escape it though, so gonna keep on keeping on. That's a wizard. Hey, he's out of there. That's a golem. And the golem with a big punch. And that's going to be a heal Morgon for Lord of the Synth down to 5. Does look like the golems are just punching though, which is some news. I mean, they punch with 120 strength, so it's going to sting when they hit. But it does mean that doesn't seem to be any Dragon Lord breath, no sleep, no hurt more.
Yeah, it's almost like it feels like it got hit by a ton of bricks.
And, well, there's a ton more bricks to the face. More herbs being consumed. And Zarnax on the dive again. Well, it will be interesting to see if Zarnax goes for the treasury, because he knows now. He knows what awaits.
Lord of the Synth opting to skip the armory. Let's hope that works out for him, but he runs into a fun police who is not letting him go. Another precious heal more spent.
In the meantime, Sausage actually found Tablet Cave. It just had a fairy water. And now it's going to be Lord the Synth versus Golem. And here we go. Well, there's a good hit to start.
Golem uses Body Slam. It's super effective!
Uh-oh, Golems have Dragon Lord breath.
Oh my.
Because the sea couldn't get any worse. But he is getting some good shots in it on this thing. Oh, he's gonna die to a Dragon Lord breath, but it knows conventional.
Oh no, it knows heal as well.
But you can overpower heal. He's doing 31. It does not heal for that much. And it didn't heal that time. That he's gonna get. He's got it. Now he just has to make it like about 10 more steps with 5 MP. To him.
Healing up just in case he runs into
another goal.
One of those.
He gets away. He is there. Get out your GGs. As Lord of the Synth accepts the offer. He's going to spruce this place up. He's going to get 5 points. And he is going to win the race with an official SRL time of 50 minutes, 30 seconds. And it looks like Zarnax is going straight for it. There's your Three's Company. And that could actually turn out to be devastating for Zarnax. Zarnax actually never saw the Dragon Lord breath on his first attempt, so he could just start chopping away and just like everything's fine, and then he gets just.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Lord of the Synth was able to get that taken care of first. It was all down to luck of the encounters. Zarnax on his first run could have done it, but just ran into way too many fun police to be able to take down the golem at the end.
And also something, Lord of the Synth had the sword for that extra attack power, and there it is! Yep. Zarnax just getting a nice little surprise in the form of some nukes.
He had the MP, he didn't know he needed it.
Well, really, there's nothing defending against that, because you think you're fine, and then you're fried. And they're having to drag the princess back to the dungeon, and...
Toasty!
Well, someone's... Yeah, it's very toasty. This entire seat is toasty. Hello, Lord of the Synth, how are you?
I don't think he has joined us yet.
He has, he's just having microphone problems. Still having microphone problems.
Yeah, you're still muted.
How about now?
There we go.
How about how warm do you feel?
I feel pretty toasty. There was a lot of DL2 breath.
And conventional breath. And sleep. And all the other kind of horrifying things.
And heal
more. Those accents.
Yeah, I looked on the Axe Knight. I was trying to find a spot to grind. And, I decided I was at least going to check the spike tile because I was having trouble finding a spot to grind on the overworld. So that worked out in my favor. I'm also going to recommend people running these flags use Agility MP.
Yeah, ironically enough, at one point Zarnax had more than twice your experience points. It already hit level 12 before you'd even hit level 11. Unfortunately, ran into too many red dragons on his first descent, and then the golem denied him access.
Yeah, when I saw the golem had DL2 breath, I freaked. It pretty much came down to my last attack. Fortunately, he also had heal.
True, and you were able to overpower the heal. That was the other thing. Zarnax didn't have the Eredric's sword. He didn't bother searching the spike tile, even though he beat the stone man on that tile several times to grind on it.
Yeah, I had skipped Hoxness entirely. And then on the way to dive Sharlock, I'm like, well, maybe Eredric's armor is there. That's why I stopped in to check the tile. It wasn't the armor, but fortunately it was the sword. And that probably made the difference on that fight.
Yeah,
And we have. Well, just having a quick level for Zarnax, but it really wasn't much.
yeah. Unfortunately, by the time Zarnax got to the golem, he had 2 heal mores in the tank.
Oh, really? That's unfortunate.
Yeah, on the first
I had
attempt he
3,
did.
right?
Most
believe-
recent attempt, he had a bunch of heal mores. He got punched once, but then he got DL2 breath. He didn't know about DL2 breath until just then, which is, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going to make finishing this off really unpleasant, because the armor is God knows where, right? And going and looking for it is going to be a tremendous time sink.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the only place it could be is either in Mountain Cave, which nobody explored. It could be in Charlock Armory, or Judge's Table in Charlock, or it could be on the coordinates that nobody ever found Cantlin for.
Yeah, we never found Garenham either, so there's a lot of stuff we didn't find, because it's just like, oh, your swamp's here, your Charlock's here. Have at
Everything is in like 3 screens of the castle. Did we see Bottom of the Grave? I got sniped on the way down.
Magic Key.
Okay.
And don't look now, but Bismarck's on the bottom floor.
Nice.
With a lot of MP, but a lot of Red Dragon problems.
So while I was grinding for agility on the Axe Knight, what I was also grinding for was the extra MP, because it's kind of a daunting prospect to have to dive Charlock without the armor sometimes.
Yeah, you just get taxed a bunch at the start, and we never really got the MP. Even at level 14, we only have 75 MP. Like, these extra levels that Zarnax has gotten really haven't given him much. And now Bismarck is toasty. At least he's... Well, the problem is, he sees the Dragon Lord breath on the golem, but he doesn't realize... I'm pretty sure everybody in the seat felt like that at some point. Maybe at most of the points.
I mean, just because, the armor's so far off the beaten path on this one, those golems, I mean, even if you've got the agility to run from them most of the time, they could be a real wild card for this Charlotte case.
Yeah, the main thing is you have to actually fight one to the death.
Yeah.
Usually they're not that hard to run from, but, well, that's kind of thrown out the window the moment they're sitting right in front of the Dragon Lord.
So I took down the golem, and then like 4 steps later, I got another one in a random encounter, and I said out loud, "You got to be kidding me! Am I gonna fail to run and get sniped 3 steps from the Dragon Lord, as happens so often in this randomizer?"
Well, actually, you're only 2 steps away, but yeah, we saw that. It's like, and then you ran away for sure.
Yeah, well, so 88 agility on level 12. I mean, you should be a favorite to run from golem.
Okay, so Zarnax back on bomb floor. He's actually going to check the treasury this time, and I don't blame him.
Which is guarded by a red dragon. Ew. Meanwhile, Bismarck has the princess in tow. Sausage, unfortunately, is behind because he failed to remember that you can use the wings to get out of the very first screen without using your key. And so it took him much longer to get his keys. He had to wait until he found the other side of Swamp Cave.
And there's Fighter's Ring and Dragon Scale for Zarnax, and Charlock Treasury is a bug.
I gather I probably had more than my fair share of luck in running from red dragons on my dive. I think I only failed to run twice from one.
Yeah, I think Zarnax ended up blowing 3 heal mores on one red dragon on his first dive. It was brutal.
Feels bad, man.
Meanwhile, Bismarck on level 12 and still grinding. Make that level 13. And Zarnax is getting swamped by encounters here on these desert tiles. And here we go, round 3, I think. Fight. And an immediate crit for 73, that's going to help a ton. And yeah, you just have to fight and hope that... Yeah, he's already got him in heal range. So now you just fight him and hope you can... Ooh, there's a punch.
So
he's going for it. He's got him. Big crit to start. And now he just has to make those final few steps.
I'm assuming this golem is probably 25% DL2 breath. I don't know if
it has to be. It absolutely has to be as little as it used it. But get out your GGs for Zarnax. He's going to take second place.
Break out your GGs. Zarnax has rounded the corner. Bismarck is not too far behind, really. He's been making a couple of attempts lately. Looks like he's going for another attempt. Sassage, unfortunately, still only level 10.
Yeah, Zarnax done in 1 hour 51 seconds. So just over an hour.
Which, considering this seed, is extraordinarily respectable.
Yeah, if this seed wanted you dead, it could make you dead very fast.
Yeah,
just
and then
like
there's
that.
the jerk birds with sleep. Yeah, the green dragons with the baby wombo.
Hello, Zarnax.
GG's are next.
Thanks.
So first things first,
I gotta ask, girl, before you even bring it up, what was the stone man guarding in Hawksness?
an
Sword.
absurdly large amount of stick.
Oh, okay. So I don't feel nearly as dumb now. I figured it was with the Lord of the Synth's finish. I was thinking good chance it was either the flute or the armor, either of which would have been immensely helpful.
I went to Hawksness at the last minute hoping to find the armor, but it turned out to be the sword, which is not a bad second place for this season.
Well, considering the golem was the mini boss, the flute would have been really nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah, ironically enough, Zarnax, you actually had, at one point, when you hit level 12, you were twice the experience that Lord of the Synth was at that point. You had like 3,300, and he only had like 1,500 experience. It's just that your first run, you ran into so many red dragons that sapped all of your MP, so by the time you got to the golem, you just couldn't do it.
Yeah. It was. Man, it's really a shame because it's. Well, in hindsight, at that point, I didn't know they had Dragon Lord 2 breath.
Yeah, that's what got you the second time, and really, I'll be honest, really, you couldn't do much about that because you had to fight it on HP where you get Dragon Lord breath and killed. But
Exactly.
at the same time, that had to be a major shock.
Right. It was. Yeah. So the first time though, I had 2 heal mores in stock, and I think he hit me kind of hard. I think I had like 35 or so HP left, and I was like, if I swing now, get a second swing on him, and then still have 2 more heal mores, this fight's basically in the bag. As long as he doesn't kill me, and he did. And I was like, well, it was a gamble. I probably didn't have to take it, but I think I probably would have made the same choice again. because the first swing wasn't strong enough. Like I felt like if I had heal moored, and it would have just been alternating, I wouldn't have been able to get 2 swings in and again at any other point, and I thought I may have needed all of them.
Ooh, unfortunately, Bismarck running into this red dragon, unable to run away from it, is having to blow a heal more even before he gets to the barrier tiles.
Yeah, I think that's what Zarnax ran into as well, just on this first floor, just
Ooh.
all kinds of nastiness. And he is angry.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could have had that up from like minute 5 with all the DL2 breath about. And Sessage has flamethrowers. And we found Rimaldar.
I was really glad that sleep didn't come into play as much as I thought it might. There were at least 2, maybe 3 Sharlock level enemies that I'd seen cast sleep earlier.
Yeah, I got lucky on sleep in general this seed.
Yeah,
The only one that I saw that had sleep that would consistently use it are green dragons and star wyverns.
Yep. Yeah, those are the 2 I was thinking of.
Yeah, I don't even think they were seen at all. And then, really, all of Sharlock was brutal except the Axe Knights, because even the blue dragons, since you didn't have armor, they could hit stop spell, and then you're at the mercy of those hurt moors.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and there was one that actually had a heal more and a DL2 breath, which was also obnoxious. Sausage Link actually rescuing the prince. No, excuse me, buying keys. At Rimildar. Unfortunately, the chest in Rimildar was just a cursed belt. Bismarck going for his next run to Charlock and seeing if this dive won't be a little bit more productive for him.
And we have another cave for Sausage, and this is going to be the mountain cave, so...
Oh man, what happened to Sausage? He took 30 deaths.
He didn't use the wings of the wyvern to get out of the throne room at the very beginning, and so he didn't have keys.
Okay.
Yeah, that, and he didn't do a gold grind, so he's been behind on gear the entire way. And I think that's really more of what did. Like, the no key thing at the start was bad because there was useful stuff in the Tangible Treasury. I think there was an herb and then fairy water to throw at stuff, but the no gold grind thing means he has been way behind on it. Yeah, he's running around. He's streaking.
He's probably gonna wind up with the armor though.
Boogity. Maybe not. I mean, there's still the coordinates that are out there. Nobody has found Cantland yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nobody's
still
found
has
Cantland. Nobody's
no
found
equipment at all?
Garenham, and that's 4 chests, because that, I think, has to have free stuff under it. That chest has...
Well, we haven't found Jerk Cave yet. Well, there's the Death Necklace, so we know that's not on coordinates. So if coordinates are in play, it's got to be the armor.
Or the flute, and, well, either one's useful here.
Which are useful, yeah. Either one would be a useful item to complete this with.
And really, if you can pick up the armor and kind of temper some of these hits that you're taking, and not have to use MP, and, well, all the benefits of armor in general. Let's just say that.
Yeah, and not having to blow the 2 heal mores on all of those barrier tiles. The last chest here is an herb.
So at this point, Garenham and Cantland are pretty much it. And between them, they're going to have the armor and the flute. And meantime, Bismarck making his run. I don't know if Bismarck has herbs though, so that could get a little concerning.
I don't think we've seen Jerk Cave either. I know we've seen Staff Cave, but I don't think we've seen Jerk Cave.
Oh yeah, so that's something that could be under Garenham and, well, in this case, just be useless. Oh, Bismarck used the herbs to get through the barrier tiles, which really isn't a bad idea. Keep that MP for the big heals in battle.
Absolutely, very viable strategy, especially knowing what he has to. He's got to be like the Kool-Aid man and bust through that golem.
Oh, and Wraith Snow hurt more. Sausage gets away.
Bismarck finding a red dragon almost takes him down with a surprise attack and leaves him with 7 hit points, but just enough to be able to heal more, getting away from it finally. But that was another heal more used. I mean, that's what they're there for, but at the same time, ouch.
Yeah, and another red dragon. I think these are on the mill floor, so red dragons all over Sherlock, literally.
Meanwhile, Sausage apparently either exploring or just grinding outside, ran into a green dragon with a sleep spell and is going to put a halt to that plan, whatever it is.
I think he was exploring, but I think he's explored about as much as he can explore over there. So
Bismarck dropping again. Oh man, Charlock is just brutal this seed.
yeah,
Oh,
Bismarck
man,
on HP MP. So yeah, we're actually seeing all the builds. We had Zarnax doing Strength Agility, Lord the Strength on Agility MP, Bismarck on HP MP, and Sausage on your standard Strength HP. So, build variety certainly in play.
Sausage making his way into Hawksness might pick up the big stick, which would be a huge boon for him since he doesn't have that flame sword.
Yeah, this would be big if Sausage can get it.
Uh-oh.
SpaghettiOs. Bismarck opens up the door again and shall rescue the princess. Sausage going to heal up, going to fight the Stone Man. Do a smart thing to put it to sleep. And then unleash Kung Fu. And get Dragon Lord breathed.
Did not die from it, though. At least he now knows what he has to deal with.
There were a couple times in Sherlock when I was afraid of that happening too.
It's back. Do you heal or you keep fighting and hope you don't get the Dragon Lord breath? He fights, he punches, he drop kicks, he does all the stuff he needs to defeat the Stone Man. And get level 12.
That's one heck of a way to get a level 12. Meanwhile, Bismarck grinding on that Axe Knight with the princess in tow, probably looking for that. Oh no! Sausage did not search! Oh, did he?
He did.
Okay, good. That's gonna be a major upgrade for Sausage from bare hands to the big stick.
Man,
Yeah.
I was so focused on checking Hawksness as a grind spot that I that's what I just was so focused on the goal. Completely had forgotten there was an item there to search for. It didn't occur to me that I missed it until right before I finished, basically.
Yeah, so that's going to be a massive help for Sausage. They'd be able to take down things much more reliably now. He still has no armor, unfortunately. Hasn't done a gold grind to be able to get the magic armor like the other runners have. It is his very first league attempt. So, I mean, considering, this is his first time in a league, he's actually done a really darn good job.
Yeah, considering how brutal this seed is, yeah.
So at this point, I think I'm going to show myself out of the booth. GG again, Zarnax.
You too, thanks.
Yeah, it looks like Sassage is going back for the chest in Deep Grave, is going to get the bad news that's a key, and then head out, and we'll see how he plays it from there. Meanwhile, Bismarck loading up for more attempts. Going to Repelled up and head on into Sharlock again.
Meanwhile, Sassage looks like he's diving grave.
Yeah, Sassage orphaned the chest down there and is going to unorphan it in order to replenish his key stock. In the meanwhile, Bismarck goes into Sharlock, immediately ambushed by a Red Dragon. Because that's just how Sharlock rolls.
Yeah, even in normal seeds, the real final boss isn't the Dragon Lord; it's Sharlock itself. It's that 7 levels down to him.
Yeah, there's often a time with these. There's often a time where I say with kind of borderline stats to beat the Dragon Lord. It's like, yeah, we can beat the Dragon Lord with these stats, assuming we get down there with everything. And well, sometimes that can be a pretty big assumption.
Especially with the fun police lurking on at least 2 of those floors that we know of, possibly even more.
I'm pretty sure at this point we've confirmed they are literally on every possible floor of Charlotte.
Yeah, with between the golems and the red dragons, it's just a very, very dangerous Charlock dive. Ooh, hey, Sassage found another cave.
I think Sassage had already seen it. I believe that was Tablet Cave, which just had fairy water.
Okay.
And yeah, Sassage just doing a little bit more looking around.
I think Sassage is wanting that Erdrick's armor.
And I think this is going to be a dead end down here. Yep. In the meantime, Bismarck onto the second zone of Sharlock. Runs into a golem. Runs away from a golem.
Meanwhile, Sassage's exploration sent to an abrupt halt by a stone man breathing fire.
Bismarck trekking on. Is going to be onto the final zone of Sharlock here in a moment. There you go.
Okay. Carry on, my wayward son.
And finds the golem and gets away. And runs straight into a red drag and gets away. He does have strength agility, so he does have bonus agility. And an attempt to prove that agility is more than just a number. Oh no, he's on HP MP, so yeah, agility is just a number. What am I talking about?
Yeah, Bismarck is HP MP, so not a factor in this one. The fact that he's level 14, however, gives him an extra 6 agility over the other.
Yeah, you can kind of compare. Yeah, you can see the stat comparison between Zarnax and Bismarck Bismarck actually getting an extra heal more over Zarnax, but Zarnax having that extra agility to run away, as Bismarck's having some golem problems. Going to just burn more MP, and then he's... Well, Axite ran away.
You know it's fun times when the Axe Knight is the least dangerous opponent in the entire dungeon. Meanwhile, Sassage running into a green dragon, getting slept and sent back home. And here
now
we go.
Bismarck sees the golem and is going to have to fight the golem. Does have quite a few heal mores to work with, although there's your Dragon Lord breath.
Yeah, that's when he's probably feeling rather uncomfortable.
And another one. Remember, he's only on flame... Oh, 3 in a row.
Correction, he had enough.
And now he's going for, well,
Swag
YOLO
more.
hurt mores. That's not going to work on this guy.
Your goose is getting cooked.
Yeah, he's down to... Well, he's got him in the heal, and you can outdamage the heal. Yeah, especially with a hit like that, 43 damage. Here comes another hit, 37, he's got him.
Alright, can he make it the rest of the way without getting interrupted? Remember, there are still
62,
golem
and he
and...
takes 2 steps. He gets the Lord of the Synth luck. He takes 2 steps and hits a golem. Takes a few
Gimme.
more, hits an Axe Knight.
As the song goes,
And
give
he's
me
there.
3 steps, mister.
Get out your GGs.
A hard-fought and hard-won third-place finish for Bismarck 189 with an SRL time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and
35 seconds.
we'll see if he's got anything to say here in a bit.
As he throws up some happiness on the screen.
That is the cat's pajamas.
There's even little cats on the feet. In the meantime, Sassage still exploring, so... I guess if we're going to get the rest of the mysteries of the seed figured out, it's going to be on his end, or...
I think he's...
Yeah, that long pause, yeah, Sassage has forfeit.
You know, I honestly don't blame him. I really don't. Not on this kind of seed. All right, let's bring our other 2 runners in here and get their thoughts and opinions on this seed. So, Bismarck, how about that seed?
A dragon draws near. A red dragon draws near. A golem draws near. A red dragon draws near. A
The
red
golem
dragon
is
draws
breathing
near.
fire. The everything is breathing fire.
The everything is casting sleep. The everything is casting sleep. I was ready to punch my monitor when I turned the corner to go down to the Dragon Lord the first time, and the golem killed me.
Yeah, the Erdrick's armor and the fairy flute are still unknown, even though Sassage went out into the wild to search for stuff. I think we have it narrowed down to either Judge's Table, Garenham, or Cantlin, or Bonus Cave. I think that's all that was left unseen, and armor and flute are within those.
I thought it was going to be a super fast seed. Was for Lord. Good job, Lord. And Zarn actually that matter. I shouldn't leave him out either. He stomped the crap out of me too.
Yeah, I think the key was getting into Garen's grave so you could do that early gold grinding and get some gear. Because that lets you actually fight things.
Well, I actually didn't have a ton of trouble. I got the cold pretty easily, I think. It wasn't really the issue. It was just I was smacking my head against the wall over and over again, expecting something different to happen. So it goes, though, right?
Hey, Sausage, got a question for you from chat. Were you aware that you could use the wings?
He's back out.
Oh, he's back out. Okay, it looks like he's having a little bit of Discord issues.
That
He's doing the hokey pokey.
He may have. He may not have voice to talk, push to talk, which is going to be required in the commentator's booth.
You put your right foot in, you put your right foot down.
But yeah, just a very brutal seed. But then again, everything you needed was kind of right there. You had the swamp cave right behind Tandigal Castle, and the other side of it right next to Charlock, right over by Cole. And Cole had the gear that you needed with the gold grind, and the Spiked Highland Swamp Cave was probably the best potential spike tile enemy to find. So the components were there. It's just Charlock.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It happens.
Yeah, and the overworld as well. It's just like, okay, here's all the stuff. Just try to figure out something.
Hey, Sausage, are you with us?
I think I'm here now.
All right, question. From the chat, we were wondering, were you aware that you could use the wings of the wyvern to get out of the throne room and save your key?
Yeah, I was just trying to be a little aggressive, just thinking I could grind it out, but that just completely backfired the entire seed on me, and it just ended up being too late to turn back, and got a little stubborn and kept.
Well, I mean, the other thing was that without a gold grind, most of the other runners did a gold grind from Garen, picking up chests in Garen, and then being able to get into the armory where there was a gold grind available to get them like
And
a
he's gone.
flame sword, a magic armor early. Yeah, he's dropped. It looks like he's having some Discord issues. The true villain of the league, Discord.
And red dragons.
And the fun police, yes. They were certainly out in force this seed, weren't they?
That was terrible.
So a question, did you ever consider... we were kind of concentrating... I've been concentrating on other people at the time, so I don't know if I saw this. Did you ever check the Hoxa spot, Bismarck?
Yeah, I got the sword.
Oh, okay. I don't think anybody saw it because I think you were listed with Flame Sword at the end.
Yeah, I wouldn't got it. I was hoping it would be the armor, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I probably needed the sword. I don't think I would have killed the golem without it. Although, if I had the armor, he wouldn't have done as much damage.
So, thoughts on next week's seed, the vanilla-ish seed?
I didn't even know that was our seed next week.
Yep. Next
I'm just here for the party, man.
As soon as I don't accidentally close the tab. So yeah, next week is vanilla-ish, which is your map is not randomized, your weapon shot ups are not randomized, and the spell learning is not randomized. That's forced to level 17, but we have speed hacks at least.
Well, that's not too bad then, I guess.
Yep. Any final thoughts on this before we kind of wrap things up?
Yes, place the seed directly into the trash can.
All right. In that case, we're going to go ahead
The
and
trash
send-
can is breathing fire.
And the trash can put me to sleep.
Thou art dead. Death should not have taken thee.
Okay, so that little hijack aside, it looks like we are going to raid Randomania 2.
Yeah, they're doing the Final Fantasy weekly run, so this will definitely be an interesting, a different sort of randomizing run. I think you'll like it if you like this kind of content, so definitely stick around and join the raid. Until then, this is Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentator's booth is Smashy, Kemion Reno
Hello.
Kai, and Ali Jerbrap as our trackers, CD Improv as our restreamer, and have a great evening.